What's up guys? For today's video I wanted to do something different. I haven't done any spoiler videos in the past really. I don't really focus on anything until it's released because I want to be sure. But the speculation has been killing me and all of my friends who talk about the lore and the story all the time and what the possible rulers can be for the new set. So I wanted to go over Kaguya first, which has of course always been like my favorite ruler in the game. Kaguya has just been super interesting because we never had a 6 Sage ruler, and my speculation for the new Kaguya coming out in the Moonlit Savior is that she's going to be related to 6 Sages somehow. It's kind of an interesting theory to me because if they were to somehow make her a 6 Sage ruler, it would kind of almost guarantee that after Grim rotates out that we're going to have some kind of eternal format where you just play with all the sets and no rotation. It might kind of split kind of how there is all these different formats in Magic. And so it'd be interesting to know that they're still releasing cards that can possibly help those older decks in those kind of formats rather than just focus on all the new stuff in itself. We've of course had like the original Kaguya and the 2.0 Kaguya. These are two different rulers, so now to get a third one so far after these two is just pretty cool. They of course don't really have anything to do with each other other than the fact that they both are centered around treasuries. And it's kind of an interesting concept because seeing new treasuries would be really cool as well. They might make this one more playable, for example, or if there's new standbys, the old Kaguya could be playable, and then let alone all the new things that the new one's going to be able to do. And why I think it's really cool is they announced that Vingolf 2 is going to be released, and it's possible that they were just to release the 6 Sages back in that set. So we of course have the original Feetsing and Zero, which were released in MPR, and then we later got just the Kaguya Resonator, which we saw is getting reprinted, which also just adds to my speculation so much more. This Kaguya is being reprinted as I think it's the like the Menasophles was for the pre-release, so it's going to be like our pre-release promo. And then we had Mylist and Zero, the White Zero Reborn, Almiris, and Feetsing, the Oracle. These are all the ones from the past, of course. There was kind of like a past and present thing going on in MOA, so that was kind of the whole theme behind the actual 6 Sages being Resonators over just stones. But we've always had the 6 Sages, and they've always been kind of like a fan favorite. I don't know why they wouldn't kind of try to, you know, milk it as much as they can, not in like a money way, but I mean just in general. Like if people really like 6 Sages, you might as well be reprinting those over other cards. The Kaguya Resonator, I believe, could possibly have something to do with either adding more knowledge counters. That way you can add more knowledge counters to the new ones. It could possibly like on enter on the J activate side, you know, when you enter the field, search a 6 Sage. That would be pretty cool. It could be something maybe like you can tap it to put a knowledge counter on a card, and then that way when you can kind of like, you know, J activate in the chase, tap to give a knowledge counter, and let's say you have a Feetsing Oracle, you would enter the field giving it a counter, searching a 6 Sage that of course is like something that has quick cast, and then on their turn if they try to play something, you can drop the quick cast you search, the Feetsing Oracle would get another counter, and then you could like negate something. So there's kind of just a lot that could happen. Going back to how Vingolf 2 could possibly have 6 Sage reprints also, they can argue that because most of these 6 Sages, starting from like Mylist and onward, they were kind of just in the past, and it was kind of almost like a memory that they kind of took us to lore-wise. It was kind of like, you know, as of right now, the present, the 6 Sages are all in their stone form, which we see in the TAT stones. And it showed that in the past, you know, before they were turned into stones, they were all these resonators, blah, blah, blah. And so it'd be interesting to think that these cards could technically be reprinted because it wouldn't be affecting the story per se. It would kind of just be, you know, it's more of like a memory coming along with you, and that way it's not actually like going against the story or actually has to be somehow implemented into it. It's also possible that Kaguya, the new ruler, could just be summoning them out of the stones or something along those lines, so then it would make sense of why they're returning as well. But there's just so much that you can do. I mean, I've also been thinking about different J-activate costs, so everything doesn't seem so, you know, just pay these colors and void and then J-activate. I've been thinking of interesting ways maybe the game can force you to go about using your J-activate kind of in a more interesting way. And I was thinking it'd be kind of interesting for the Kaguya Resonator, maybe the new Kaguya ruler would say something like, if this card's entered your field, you can like banish it to J activate, and then it's like essentially replacing the Resonator with the J ruler. and that way it could be like a 0 cost deactivate, but it requires some setup. And then the bamboo leaf could kind of be a way to search this Kaguya to make it more consistent. So that would be really interesting as well. And then once again would kind of lean into either those cards getting reprints sometime soon, or kind of that format where you can use everything with no rotation. So it's one of the ones I'm more excited for. I have a lot of thoughts on the Primogenter as well. We kind of saw that the pack art yesterday was the little boy with the red eyes and the white hair, which looks awfully familiar to the older, like, I'm pretty sure the older, like, wizard-looking guy with the horns, and he's, like, holding a book and has red eyes, and, like, I think you can see fangs as well. I'm pretty sure they're the same person. I'll go into my theory of that later on. I've been discussing that with a friend as well, but just back to Kaguya, yeah, I think it's just they're going along the lines of this story really, really well. I'm pretty sure Kaguya is going to be the white ruler of the set. We saw the box arts as well. I'll post anything that I'm saying we've seen, anything like the pack art and the box inserts. I'll try to find a link and put it in the description below just in case you guys haven't seen it. But we saw the box inserts, and there's kind of one for like the Yggdrasil tree, and that could be kind of like the default one, because we had the one for the shadows with Percy on it as well for the Twilight Wanderer set. So it doesn't specifically have to be one for every ruler, but there was only 5 inserts this time in the picture anyway, over 6, so maybe they just didn't want to spoil one of them because it might give too much away. But Alice wasn't one of them, so it's quite possible, and neither was Valentina. So it's possible that Alice we saw in the Moonlit Savior trailer, which once again I'll try to put in the description below, and the Valentina are just resonators, which leaves even more room for Kaguya to be the light ruler. And I really strongly feel like, even though these are both water, I feel strong about Kaguya being the light ruler, because when she was reborn as a child, she was considered white. So I feel like they would go off of what she last was, since she's still just a kid. And so it's just an interesting concept. I mean, if she's our light ruler and it's not Alice, there's a possible kind of a lot of new light cards that can maybe support sages in general. It might be you can summon 6 sages with any color, and then you play like an all white base, and you're safe from split as well. You don't have to play any dual stones, and then you can use a bunch of these new like maybe supportive or defensive white cards and play super control, but with 6 sages and white, opposed to just having counter spells with green. So that's always a really interesting concept as well. There's just so much they can do, and I'm really excited for it. I'm really hoping that Kaguya can kind of win me over, because it's really the ruler I want to play next format. I just have always loved 6 sages, so let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions or speculations of your own, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because on Thursday I'm going to go over my next ruler speculation. It might be Songstress or Primogenter. I really want to do Primogenter because like the speculation's killing me, but I don't know if I should rush into it just yet. So let me know which one you guys would want to hear. And if it is Primogenter, I'll just do that one on Thursday. And I'll definitely catch you guys next time.